Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1 with this, the Miami Grand Preview. Can't believe it, we're here again. We've had 4 weeks without F1, now we've had 2 races in a row. It's quite frankly, it's madness. But here we are, looking towards Miami, which is very strange because we haven't actually had a practice session yet. The practice session, as I'm recording this, will be on in like 2.5 hours. So I can't really talk about who's looking strong and who's looking weak because we don't know. All we have is the speculation of the certain drivers going, oh yeah, I think we'll be good here. But that's all we've got to go on. By the way, make sure you subscribe because we've got lots of content coming up over this weekend. We will have the qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings. Then on Tuesday, there's a very special video coming out where I'll be giving you my thoughts on this book, Gunther Steiner's Surviving to Drive. I've recorded the video already. It's actually uploading on this screen as I'm recording this one. And yeah, that'll be out on Tuesday. So that's something to look forward to then. So, what's this video all about? Well, we'll be looking at all the latest news from the week and then having a look towards the weekend where I make my predictions on who I think is going to look good based purely off of vibes. So, let's get on with it and let's go to one of our favourite places, everyone. It's time to go to Upgrade Corner. Yes, here we go. So, here we go, the upgrades on my phone. Upgrade Corner. Someone's just sent me a message. I'm going to close that tab so that doesn't disturb us again. Right. Ferrari have got a brand new floor. Alfa Romeo have got a brand new beam wing. Aston Martin have got some cooling louvres. Haas have got a brand new floor. And AlphaTauri have got a brand new front wing and side pod inlet. There you go. That's the end, everyone, of Upgrade Corner. Yeah. But now we visit Special Helmet Corner, because we've got a long list here of people who've got special helmets for this weekend. Max Verstappen, Alex Albon, Nico Hülkenberg, Lando Norris, Logan Sargent, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda. I think that's everyone, but at the minute, every 5 minutes someone's announcing a special helmet, so there could be even more. I'm just checking again. No, Yuki is the latest one. So, what I'm going to do, can I show you the picture on my phone? Does that work? It does. Look at that. No production value needed. And for audio listeners, I will describe what we're seeing here. So this is Yuki Tsunoda's one, and it's just his normal helmet, but the leaves are orange and blue. Then we have Carlos Sainz's one, which is just his normal helmet, but some of the stripes are purple and blue. And then we have Charles Leclerc's one, which actually is very nice. Look at that. The background's more like a Hawaiian shirt type thing. Like that a lot. Pierre Gasly is just his normal helmet, but some of the lines are pink and blue. Then Nico Hülkenberg's one is very nice. Look at that. That's more like the Hawaiian shirt as well, like a lovely golden palm tree in the background. And then there's Logan Sargent, which is just his normal helmet, but some of it is purple and blue. And then we have Lando Norris, which is very good because his looks like a beach ball. Last year he went for a basketball, this year a beach ball. Then we have Esteban Ocon, which is like his normal helmet, but some of it is pink and blue. Then who's next? Albon. He looks like a golf ball. Wonderful stuff. Love it a lot. Then there's Max Verstappen, which is like his normal helmet, but some of it is pink and blue. And then that's all of them. That's all the helmets. Thank God we're out of helmet corner. Right. We move on because it's been a bit of a slow news week, to be honest. I've been very busy this week, so I've been kind of out of the loop in terms of things. But I've tried to catch up, and it just seems like it's been a slow week anyway, because I think, America is so far behind in terms of the time that Media Day was a bit later than usual. But here is the news as I see it. Red Bull have got a special Miami livery, which is like their normal livery, but some of it is pink and blue. Now, this was part of a competition that they announced at the start of the year during their livery launch. That 3 cars this year, their Miami, Texas, and Las Vegas cars, will be designed by fans. And by designed by fans, we mean that they can change the side pod, the front wing, and the rear wing. And it's been much hyped, a very exciting thing, a very exciting competition, as I'm sure you'll all agree. But the result of it has been a car that looks quite boring. They released some teaser ones a couple of days before the final one, and they all looked really cool. But instead of going for the really cool one, they went for one which is just 3 stripes along the side, and it is quite disappointing, to be honest. Apparently there's been a bit of a pushback from Oracle, who have their logos on the side, about visibility of their logos, which you can understand because they're paying $500 million to have their logos on the side, so they want people to bloody see them. But, if you're going to have this competition, make it look a bit good. And we've got 2 more chances here with these special Red Bull liveries, so who knows, we'll have to wait for the next one. But this one, I'm not impressed. It doesn't look great. Some changes to the Miami circuit. Firstly, the DRS zones have been shortened. So there's the big DRS zone in Sector 3 along that massive straight. That has been shortened. And then there is one as well in, I think it's the end of Sector 1, start of Sector 2, just before you go into that really slow chicane. That's been shortened as well. Now, they shortened some DRS zones in Baku, and it had an effect that can only be described as people not being able to overtake. So they've done the same here in Miami, and we'll have to see how it plays out. I know Fernando Alonso did an interview where he said that he thinks it's a good idea, so let's see how it goes. I mean, I think people have a very negative outlook on the Miami Grand Prix as it is, and I'm not 100% sure why. I think maybe because it's newer. I see the same thing with Las Vegas already. He'll have a very negative outlook. They think that both races are going to be rubbish before they even happen. And what I would say about last year's race, a lot of people say that was rubbish, but when you look at it, it was actually quite good. It's just that the TV direction picked up nothing. So hopefully we're looking forward to a good race here this weekend. Another piece of news, though, that has come out this week is that Brad Pitt will be driving a real F1 car alongside the other 20 drivers starting at Silverstone. This is part of his film that he's doing. They're going to enter an official 11th team in order to be on track to film scenes for the rest of the season. Now, that is the headline that came out yesterday. Since then, it's now been revealed that he'll actually be driving an F2 car alongside the F1 car, but only like the formation lap or something. I'm very confused by this because none of it makes sense. But all we know is this Brad Pitt F1 film that no one will shut up about. Apparently Lewis Hamilton has a big part to play in. Well, he's not playing a part that I'm aware of. He just is like a producer or something. What it really reminds me of is in the early 2000s, Sylvester Stallone wanted to make an F1 film, and they gave him all massive access, and he would come into loads of race weekends, and in the end the film came out, and it was rubbish, and no one can even remember the name of it. So hopefully it does better than that. But yeah, we might see a random F2 car on a formation lap for Silverstone, and that'll be Brad Pitt. So, yeah. Andretti, Colton Herta, you're not allowed. Brad Pitt and his 11th F1 team. That's grand, mate. That's fantastic. Right. That's really all the news I have. As I said, quiet week this week. But let's look forward to Miami. And I'm going to make some predictions now based on absolutely nothing. First prediction, Williams to score points. I think if you look at that track, it's more of a high-speed track. I know there is the slow corners in Sector 2, but I think a lot of it is quite fast, and I think that could benefit the Williams. And then, in terms of my second prediction, let's go for the classic Fernando Alonso. We need another Fernando there. As I said last week, he's one third place away from becoming the third most person with third places, and that's a great place to be. So, Fernando, Williams score points. That's all I've got to say, because really, I have nothing else to say. I'm going to go watch the practice sessions in a bit, and then it'll be qualifying tomorrow. Now, here's an interesting thing for you about qualifying tomorrow. I will be out on a night out in Liverpool when qualifying is happening. I have said to the guys that I'm out with, look, I want to watch qualifying, and they've said that's okay. So hopefully I will be able to watch qualifying, and I'd quite like to just make a video on it as I walk down the streets of Liverpool, giving my thoughts whilst probably having a few drinks. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to have to make a thumbnail at some point, for an emergency thumbnail, so there may or may not be a video on qualifying tomorrow. I'm hoping that there will be, and I'm like 90% sure there will be, and if there is, it may be the best/worst qualifying reaction I've ever done. It'll be up there with my race reaction from a Sainsbury's car park from last week. I promise you in a few weeks we'll go back to normal. It'll just be me trapped in this room like I normally am. But for now it's a bit all up in the air. But you know, it's exciting and I'm looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to Miami. I think it's a better track than what people give it credit for. I think just because it's new and American, people don't like it. And you know, if you've been watching these videos, that's not the kind of attitude that I like. I'm going to be positive heading into Miami because anything can happen. And it usually does. So, I will see you tomorrow. I'll be on the streets of Liverpool. Drunk as hell. Right. See you then. Goodbye.